Hello guys, Katie is here. In this video I'm going to share with you how you can monetize your hobby and transform your love to Photoshop and Lightroom Classic into the full-time job. We are going to explore 5 the most popular ways of earning on Photoshop and Lightroom, and it will be photography editing and retouching, product photo manipulation and editing, portrait retouching, graphic design services, and creating content for social medias. In this video, to prove my words, I will use a worldwide popular freelance platform and will provide you examples of real jobs that exist right now, today, at this moment, at this day. I'm afraid this video will be long, but believe me, you will get a lot of valuable information. Until the end of the video, you will learn 5 ways how you can monetize your love to Photoshop and Lightroom already today. So, if you're ready, let's dive into it. So the first category will be a huge one, and this is a photography editing and retouching that you can perform by using Photoshop and Lightroom. So if there are any type of photography that you heard or learned about, this is exactly in this category. And let's name just a few popular fields that you can easily find already today on freelance platform. The first one will be real estate and interior editing. So this kind of photography editing requires enhanced property image and make them more appealing and beautiful for potential buyers. It includes adjusting lighting, colors of the image, adjusting composition, and make the shot more even and straight for creating stunning property image and highlighting the best features of the property. So if you're interested in such kind of editing and would like to earn on editing interior and real estate photography, you would need to know what exactly requests the clients looking for, and from this request most popular are adjusting brightness and contrast of the property photo to make the shot more vibrant and more bright, color corrections of the photo to be sure that all objects answer to their real life colors, removal any unwanted objects to avoid any kind of distraction. Sky replacement are one of the most popular requests in this field because everybody wants to perform their property on beautiful blue sky in a shiny, beautiful sunny day. And visual staging that requires some advanced photo manipulation techniques. For example, you will need to place some sofa, chair, table in different rooms, or remove sofa, chair, or table. You can easily find such type of work if you will type in search bar on freelance platform, real estate editor, or interior editor. The next huge subcategory in photography editing and retouching is fashion editing. And this includes editing photos for different magazines, for online platforms, social media, advertisement, e-commerce platforms, and so on. The most popular request for such editing work is skin retouching. That means creating a beautiful, natural looking appearance for the skin, removing blemishes, make even skin tone without losing a skin texture. Next will be color grading, which means applying preset for creating a specific mood or style of the photography. Next will be body reshaping that requires adjusting posture or, for example, the look of the clothes on the photography to make it look more beautiful or symmetric. Next will be background editing or completely background removal, which means creating a new background for the photography, for example, a solid color, some neutral color, or completely new backdrop for the photography, or just removing as different objects or details that just distract eye. And the last I would name some accessories adjustments, which means highlight one or another details on the photo from the clothes just to make it more catchy and more vibrant. To find such type of work, you will need to type in the search bar something like fashion editing or fashion retouching, and so on. The next subcategory in this huge photography editing and retouching category will be lifestyle editor, which means editing any kind of lifestyle photography that includes wedding photography, newborn or maternity photography, love story, business, sport, art. Of course, every such type of photography requires some specific set of skills, but most common clients looking for color correction of photography to fix the white and black balance, to apply some preset to make the photo fit to specific mood or theme or topic, background blurring or removal to make viewer focus exactly on the subject on the photo, or just remove different details from the background that distract viewer's eye. Then we have a skin retouching and body adjustments, and the last one I would say composition and cropping of the shot to create some balance or or symmetry on the photography. Also, I would add here some art techniques of editing, as creating motion blur effect or double exposure effect on the photo. To find this exactly work on freelance platform, you need to test a different keyword set to find something that you're interested in, but I would recommend you to try with photography editing or photography retouching, which is a main category that we just discussed, or for example something specific like newborn photography or wedding photography editing. Our next category will be beauty and business portrait retouching. So as it sounds, it directed on creating a beautiful retouching of the portrait shots. In beauty field it will be more cosmetic brands and different skincare brands, and in business it will be shots of the employees or team, co-workers that businesses place on their websites just to create a beautiful professional look of their brand, of their company. This set of skill of course will require skin retouching techniques that will require creating a beautiful natural skin without any blemishes, without under eye bags, without any redness on the skin. The next will be eye enhancement that will require creating more bright and vibrant look of the person without any red lines or any other signs of tiredness that of course obviously everybody has. Then will be teeth whitening or correction. If person smile, of course everybody wants to see a beautiful and bright smile. Next will be hair retouching, which will require creating more accurate hairstyle, remove any hair that fly out, or adding more volume to the hair and shine. And of course background replacement or background editing, which will require creating a blurred background or removing different distractive moments from the background. And the last but not least will be adjusting all photos to one style, which means apply one preset or one color grading. To find such type of work, you will need to type something like beauty portrait retouching or business headshot retouching. That will lead you to the work that will require exactly such type of skills. The next category in the set will be product photo editing and manipulation, which means creating a beautiful, appealing product photos for different businesses, for e-commerce platforms and for online use. The type of this editing requires creating a product photos that capture attention, that inspire potential buyers to make a purchase only from one view of the product, and this kind of editing will require a next set of editing skills. Background removal and replacement, which means that most of time clients ask for completely removing the background from the product photo and creating a solid background color as white or different colors that answer to brand style. Then will be color adjustments of the photo, as every product photo requires presenting a real-life color of the product, which is very important for potential buyers to make a decision to purchase the product, and of course to not be disappointed after they will purchase photo and will get something in a completely another color. Creating a natural shadow and reflections, which on my opinion are a bit advanced editing skill and requires creating a natural looking shadow of the product, which it may have in different lighting conditions. Then will be detail enhancement, which will require highlighting different small and big details on the photo. Also, I would include here a size and shape correction of the product, because due to the photography from different angles and due to the different lenses that may use during photo shoot, of course a product may appear a bit differently. That is why it's important to adjust the shape. Also, here is the retouching imperfection, which means deleting different dust, spots, or any kind of dirt from the product. Also here I would include inserting products into different lifestyle photos. And the last set of the skills I would say here is a color replacement. So it means creating a new color for the product and adding or deleting different parts of the product. For example, if there is some part missing, or for example, if some specifically additional item just hides some part of the product, it has to be recreated. To find such type of work on the freelance platform, you just need to type in the search bar something like product editing or product image, or you can use a different e-commerce platforms names just to understand that exactly sellers from this e-commerce platforms looking for this type of editors. It can be Amazon, Shopify, Etsy and other e-commerce platforms that you know. Another category that I would like to highlight is creating graphic design with using Photoshop. This kind of editing might be different from the previous we discussed, because this kind of editing will require using not only image in the work, but also texts, shapes, icons, and other different visual elements that will help to create an engaging and catchy look of the future image. The most common request in this kind of field is creating a banner design, can be used in social media or on the website, then creating a product advertisement that can be used in ads on Facebook or in Google, creating informative infographic product image that highlight the strong benefits and characteristics of the products. And here I would name posters and flyers designs that can be used as well for the printing demand. Also to this category can be included packaging design or creating different illustrations and icons for the websites. But in my opinion, for this kind of work, as creating a design for the packaging, this is better to use Illustrator from Adobe and not Photoshop. That is why I just highlighted a bit. To find such type of work, you just need to type in the search bar something like graphic design image or graphic design or just graphic or design, and just play with these keywords, and I'm sure you will find the best option for you. And the last but not least category in my list is creating content for a social media as an Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest or YouTube. I noticed that in last time I see many such requests on the freelance platform. If you're enjoying editing or creating designs, you will definitely find the work that will be not only interesting for you, but also will bring you a very good money. On my opinion, this editing work require a mix of different skills as a photography editing and retouching to a creating graphic design. But the most popular request that I see on the freelance platform is a creating engaging image for Instagram, which requires creating not only beautiful lifestyle photos, but also keeping one style for all photos by using different shapes, text, icons, and so on to keep a brand style across all photos. Also, it requires creating stories or reels, but if reels is something from videography sphere that we don't touch in this video, then stories is exactly something that might be interesting for you if you're interested to creating designs and like to play with different polls, cues from Instagram. This will be very easy and interesting task for you. And the next ones that I find quite popular in those days is creating thumbnails for the YouTube. Another different platforms that people use for creating thumbnails by using different already prepared templates. But as I see, many creators would like to have something unique and individually. They're looking for the person who can feel and understand their field and create exactly thumbnail for their business with their needs. This kind of work will require advanced photo manipulation, as probably and most of all will require cutting out different objects, place them on the new backgrounds, and creating a beautiful balanced look of the YouTube cover to not only look beautiful but also engage and spark interest from the potential viewers. But this kind of work is very popular today on the freelance platform, and you can easily check it if you will go on any freelance platforms that preferable for you and type in the search bar something like content for Instagram or Instagram post or YouTube thumbnail. Also, as a little bonus at the end of this video, I would like to share with you an additional 6 categories that, in my opinion, is very interesting for those who only start their journey in photography editing and, for example, doesn't have a lot of skills, but you already would like to try yourself in photography editing and earn on it. So for such people on freelance platforms, there are a lot of different works that require quick edits or quick adjustments of the photos, as, for example, crop photo to a specific frame, or for example removing watermarks from the photo, or for example removing tiny details, which nowadays is super easy with Photoshop and generative fill. So this was 5 ways plus 1 little bonus how you can earn on your photography editing passion today by using Photoshop and Lightroom Classic. But be sure this is far not the end of the list, and there are really many different opportunities that you can use already today and start to earn money with. If you would like me to highlight more such kind of works, please let me know in comments down below, and don't forget to put like under this video if you enjoyed the content and it was really valuable for you. And also I have in mind to create something like this for a photography skill. So if you're a photographer only at your beginning or already do some photo shoots and would like to know how else you can earn money on your photography skill, please let me know in comments down below. I will be happy to highlight this topic as well. And it was a pleasure for me to share all this information with you, and I hope you was inspired and would like to try your skills on the freelance platform already today and transform your hobby into something that could bring you money. Thank you very much for staying till the end of this video. Hope to see you in the new one. So see you very soon. Bye bye.